Hello, everybody. Welcome to Telli Talks, where we talk about life, growth, relationships, and all things in between. I have a very special guest with me today, Monte Morris, NBA player, and we are here at the Lily Rose at the Wayfarer in downtown LA. Thanks for coming.
No problem. I'm excited to be here.
So, for people that don't know your journey, tell us how you got to where you are today.
Well, I started playing ball when I was like 4 years old. I always played up a lot in my age group in Flint, Michigan. Born and raised, single mom. So only child as well. So I just had to be around a lot of, positive things. A lot of friends that was on the same journey as me, trying to make it to the big time in the NBA. So I just always try to stay in the books and just surround myself with good people. Like I said, listen to my mom. Just try to stay level-headed. I was able to play up in my age group a lot. My mom would never let me play my normal age group because I would get 30, 40 points and it was boring. So I had to play my competition, play up. And when I was 10, I was playing 12 and under and 12, 14 and under and things like that. So that's kind of where it started. And then going forward from there, I was a freshman at Flint Beecher High School, where I just jumped straight to varsity. I was about 130 pounds out there playing with these seniors and things like that. And I was able to be all-state my freshman year. And I started getting, college recognition and offers the beginning of my sophomore year. And the rest was, history from there.
So, being that you're from Flint, how has it impacted your city when you made it to the NBA?
It was huge. I mean, we had a lot of people that made it to the NBA before me. I was just trying to follow, the footsteps of, the Jeff Grayers, Mateen Cleaves, Charlie Bells, Morris Peterson, and the list goes on and on. So I just knew as a kid watching them do their thing. I knew when I was young what I wanted to do, and that was something I wrote on my wall, wrote on my desk at school that I'm gonna make it to the NBA. And a lot of my teachers, it's like, you too small, you're not gonna make it. And people would laugh at times, but.
And how tall are you? For real. Not the height that they put you at, but how tall are you for real?
I'm 6'2".
Are you sure?
For sure. Okay. I might be 6'2.5" with shoes.
Do your nose be growing?
Nah. Depending on what insoles I got in, I might be 6'2.5".
You got your Fashion Nova choice that make you like 4
sure.
inches taller.
For
no, I'm
sure.
just playing. Okay, so when you made it into the league, and you came back to your city, or you went back home, saw your mother, how was that a pressure for you being the provider in your family?
I mean, for me, like, my mom just always wanted me to make it to the NBA. So the night of my draft party, I had old friends from I grew up with when I was younger, to my high school teammates, to my college homeboys, and my homeboys to this day. And my mom's side of the family, a few of my dad's side of the family came out. So draft night was like a big accomplishment for me.
Right.
Just having, with the 51st pick, the Denver Nuggets take Monte Morris and the whole room erupt. Like,
did you cry?
Yeah, everybody cried. It's on YouTube still to this day. So when I watch it, I get chills, especially watching these other kids get drafted, because I know that feeling. So for me, I feel like that moment right there was good enough for my mom. No matter what I did after that, it was something that we always dreamed about.
What was going through your head, like, mentally, the moment that you got that call?
It was just like, one, I thought I was way better than a lot of the guys in the draft. So a little bit disrespected, but I just knew, like, I just needed to get a pinky toe in the door and I was going to be able to break through it. So once I got the call, I'm like, you know what? I feel a little disrespected, but it's only 60 people in the world that's getting this opportunity. So I just kind of embraced it and looked at it from a positive side of view. And that's what I did.
Were you happy with the team that selected you?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was tough because it was 3 guards in front of me. But I watched them work out every single day, and I just was nitpicking little things that they weren't doing, and I was adding it to my workouts. And I just knew whenever I got my opportunity, I only appeared in 3 games that year. I played in the G League my whole first year.
How was that mentally?
At first it was tough, but I knew I wouldn't play if I stayed up there with the big dogs. I knew for me to sharpen up my tools and do what I had to do, I had to sacrifice that year. and go down there and I killed. Like I averaged like 19, 7 and 9 or something like that. I was playing good. I played like 43 games with Rio Grande Vipers, Houston affiliate G League team. So, because Denver didn't have one at the time. So, it was a good opportunity for me. I went down there, did what I had to do. Then the next year, a spot opened up and I was the backup point guard like that. So things move fast, it shifts, and I was just ready for my opportunity.
So when you got that opportunity, you knew you was gonna like go and running. You wasn't gonna come in soft or any of that.
Yeah, I was already there mentally. Like a lot of this stuff, you got to envision it before you do it. So, and I was already prepared physically. So I just always was mentally ready. And I like, once I get my moment, the whole world gonna see what I could do because I already knew what I could do. I just had to get the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So once you went to your next team, how was that transition for you?
It was tough because I mean I got traded 2 days after my birthday, and I went to Washington. I was with Denver previous for 5 years. I had started maybe 2 years out of the 5 there, coming from where I came from on the two-way and working my way up. So Denver had become home to me. You know, I was staying there. I was comfortable there. And then when I got traded to Washington, it was just like I'm going across the world to go play on the East Coast. And
But you were with somebody from Flint too, so it kind
yeah,
of felt like a little bit a piece of home. Kind
yeah, I was with Kyle Kuzma. We grew up together. That's one guy we dreamed about playing the NBA together, and we had a chance to do it on the same team. So that was fun. It was just, for me, everything was happening so fast and adjusting on the fly. That was like the first time I had to really adjust and get my mindset adjusted to a whole different situation.
How long did it take you to adjust in your eyes when the shift happened?
A minute. I don't really think I really adjusted on Washington. Probably not even the whole year. I think it was just a lot of, other stuff, behind the scenes that was going on, that I don't really like speaking about. But I think it was harder for me to adapt just because of the circumstances that I was presented.
So when you went to the Timberwolves, how was that change from Washington?
I mean, the Timberwolves is cool, but mind you, we blew up everything in DC because we didn't have the year we were supposed to have, and they ended up trading me I ended up playing for the Pistons. I went back home. So once I went to Detroit, I had got injured during training camp last year, and I wasn't able to participate in 44 games. I missed 44 games to start the season. I only played 4 games before I went to Minnesota because that's the time Detroit was on our little skit where we was on that losing streak. So I knew it was going to be some changes being moved. And then when I went to Minnesota, it was cool. It was just tough because I was just like coming into a situation. I was jumping on the train that was already rolling, full of gas, and had everything they needed. So I was just trying to jump on the train and kind of just get to the destination as well. So that's how I would explain the Minnesota situation.
So let's go back to Detroit. So when you was in Detroit and you got injured and you missed 44 games?
44 games, yeah.
How was that on your mental, being that you're back home and you got all these people that want to watch your games and you're missing all these games because of your injury?
I mean, it was tough. I just knew I had to do what I had to do to get through my therapy, to get my leg back stronger. Because at first, they told me when I got hurt, they said, well, you're going to miss all the way to January. And I was like, January? It's only like the beginning of November. So that was the longest I was going to ever be out. So mentally, for me, at first I was feeling sorry for myself, but then I looked around and I was like, the only people who care about you is the people in this room, which is Keon, my mom, and my family and people I associate with. The world don't care that Monte is sorry about his injury, so I had to flip my whole mental and just get on the grind and get back.
So what were the steps that you took to clear your mind when that happened?
Really just talking to my grandma. She passed, but I would talk to her all the time at night in my room and just ask her like why this happened and things like that, and talking to God as well. And they was just saying something better is for you, and I always believed in that. What's for me is for Monte, and that's what kind of helped me push through. And then once I seen the tunnel getting brighter and brighter, just to how closer I got to playing, and then you look up, it's December 30th. So, and they like, well, you back in 2 weeks. So I'm like, oh man, I done walked it down. So once the tunnel got brighter, I was able to get right and prepare back.
So there's a lot of athletes that have injuries that don't know how to overcome their injury and get in a better mindset.
You're right.
Outside of talking to your grandmother, what other things do you think helped you move past that moment?
I mean, with my injury, like I said, I missed 44 games with a quad strain. It was like grade 3. It was pretty bad. I barely could touch my leg at all, from a little bit up higher of my knee and all the way up to my hip flexor. Like, it was that bad. So I was on crutches at one point. I think for me, what helped me kind of get through that was, like I said, just obviously, talking to God, but like my family, like I said, and just trusting the work. I feel like I had some great trainers in Detroit that definitely helped me get back. But it was times where I was like, man, I just want to sit out this year, like, because I never been out that long,
Right.
So without my mental toughness, without having a good team around me and my family that pushed me, like, man, you gonna get through this. It can't storm forever. Like, just trust the process, trust it. Because I would cry some days, like, I just want to play basketball,
Right.
So it was tough.
And
Yeah.
you were at a point where you gained weight
Yeah.
because of your injury. So
Yeah.
how was that, losing the weight
Yeah.
afterwards, and not being able to work out the way you're used to working out?
I mean, it was tough for me because going into camp, I felt good. But when I got hurt, they wouldn't let me run. I couldn't jog for 2.5 months. I didn't start really jogging until January, probably 5th or 6th. And my debut was the 17th. So I had that span to like kind of get in the best shape I could get into. So just sitting, I only could just move my leg like this on the machine just for 2.5 months. So, I mean, as a human, I feel like you gonna gain weight doing that. I
Right.
couldn't run for 2 months. I couldn't do nothing. They didn't even want me doing like ab workouts because all this is connected, from the quad with all this. So I was in a rough situation, tough situation.
What
But
bothered you the most? Was it like the weight gain, the not being able to play
yeah,
basketball,
all
the
of it.
mental mindset that you were in? Like, what was top on your list of the most like
Yeah.
impactful thing?
It was all of it. But I definitely would say once I got to Minnesota, like, and I was able to get back, like, I lost 14 pounds, like, it literally like maybe a month and a half.
How'd you lose it?
Just like practice was at 10 o'clock. They would get me there at 8:30. I was running on treadmill. Practice would start.
No, I'm talking about how did you lose it? Like, break down your workout, because there's people
Yeah,
that want to
okay,
lose
yeah.
weight and just in a healthy manner,
Right.
but tone up their body
Yeah.
in a sense of what an athlete does.
Right.
That's training to get back into their group of things. So, like, when you were working out, were you on the treadmill doing like incline sprints? Like, what were you doing?
Yeah. So I was doing interval sprints. So when I would get there at 8:30, they'd put me through a stretch, but with a few ab workouts in there, and then I would hit the treadmill. So by the time the team and everybody coming in, I'm already sweating, drenched.
So wait, what was your ab like? Break the like in
I got
detail.
you.
What
I'll
was
give you
your
on
ab
that.
like? Were you planking? Was you
No,
doing
for sure.
sit-ups? Like,
So
what
we
was you
would
doing?
do, everything was timed. So everything was 30 seconds of something. So I start off with the abs. I do like the little rolly thing that's on your feet. Like, you plank and you got to pull your feet up.
Right.
Boom. I'm doing 30 seconds of them. I get up, get on the treadmill, 30 seconds, like sprint with it on 10 speed. I hop off that. They give me like a 15-second rest. I'm back to abs. Now I'm on crutches. Boom, 30 seconds of them. Get up, another interval. So I'm probably doing 10 sprints, but they upping the speed by 5 every time. So I would get probably up to like 13 miles an hour once I hit my 10th sprint. So I was doing that before practice. Yeah.
Before practice.
Before practice. Then after practice,
And
I
this is right after you just got from
back.
learning how to jog
Yeah,
again.
again, yeah.
And what was that, like a two week time span?
Man, probably like Yeah, you mean like from when I got to
Yeah, like when
Minnesota?
when you got back to jogging after your injury,
Yeah,
and then you had to work out and then play the game like 2
yeah,
weeks.
like 2 weeks. Like during All-Star break, I went to Vegas for like a day or two, and then I came back to Minnesota and worked out while
Do you
everybody
feel
was
like it was a
gone.
lot on your body? Do you feel like you were going through like a hell week period?
Yeah, because I mean, I was trying to hit them top speeds, but I would get there and then I wouldn't trust my leg because I'm like, I don't want,
You had
I
doubt.
didn't want a setback. But once I got past that, like, bro, your leg's strong enough to do what you
So
do.
you
It
had
was
to talk
easy.
to yourself out of your
Yeah.
doubt on just like overcoming that
Yeah,
obstacle.
especially not being able to run for 2 months. Like running
Right.
felt funny when I got back running. So you definitely had to talk to yourself. Like it was sometimes I would go to the basket and like bump somebody, and then it took me like to get an N1 on somebody like with good contact to be like, oh, you good. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Like you
it's
had
all
to
mental.
feel it. You
Yeah,
had to
you had to
feel it to
feel it.
get
You had to
right.
trust it, you know. So they lying to you if they say, I just came back and I was whatever. Like you feeling like you gonna think about re-injuring yourself again. It's just the human nature of the
How do
human.
you
Yeah.
feel like as humans or yourself, you can learn to get out of your head?
It depends what type of person you is. I know some teammates who they can go 0 for 15 and act like nothing happened, or they can go, or they can.
But do you feel like that's being real with yourself? Like what I feel like people don't address the fact when things like that happen and overcome it.
I mean, me personally, I'm not a guy who I'm hard on myself. Like, if I go 6 for 11, we watching film. Like, man, that's
Absolutely.
easy. Like, I should have been 9 for 11. Look what I missed. But it's some guys who can just move on to the next night, which I move on. But I'm just hard on myself. It's a lot of people who really not hard on themselves. I think it just come with the person you are and your background and what's expected of you and what you think expected of yourself. To be honest.
Do you feel like your confidence kind of subsided when you had your injury?
Hmm. Not really. I feel like once I got back out there and practice and stuff, I was like, oh,
I'm back.
I'm back. Like sometimes watching from the side though, you be like, I don't know if I can do this or that. But once I got back in the game and they rolled me the ball, man, I've been doing it so long. You just got to get back in the flow of
It's
things,
like
and it's
getting
gonna,
back on a bike.
yeah, for sure.
So on your off time,
Mm-hmm.
when you do have off time, what do you like to do as far as enjoyment, hobbies
Yeah.
on your off time when you're not working out or playing basketball?
Bro, listen to music. I think I'm a DJ. I be around my homies a lot. Same homies from day one. So it's not like new friends around. I like bowling. We participate in a lot of bowling.
What's your average bowling score?
Well, look at them
And
over
don't be
there.
lying.
I have my days though.
His
Like,
nose be growing, y'all.
listen, listen. I have my days though, but we alternate on who the winner and stuff be
But
sometimes.
average, like are you
My average,
averaging
my
like
average
over
probably
200?
nah, my average probably like 160, 170. But my best game is 263. I got that in my phone still. Yeah,
263.
I was
That's
hot that
good.
day. Yeah,
You was doing strikes and spares the whole time.
yeah. But
That's
that's
crazy.
like
You
our
got your own
getaway.
ball and like shoes and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So
I'm
you
on
like
that.
a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
bowler.
Oh, people like golf. I'm trying to get into golf, but that's how I love bowling. Like I want to go on, the PBA, ESPN, and bowl with Chris Paul and them because I feel like I can hang. I seen Chad Johnson and them going there, and they was bowling with 10-pound balls and stuff like that. I'm like,
So
yeah.
what is your ball? Like how much is your ball weigh?
Probably like 14 pounds. We bowl
Do
with
you got the
that.
like little turn
Yeah,
on
the
it?
spin. Yeah,
How do you hold? Do you put all your hands in the hole?
just two.
Okay.
Just two. I don't
And
put the
that's when you
third
get
one.
the spin.
Spin on it. Yeah.
So you don't put the thumb in there.
Nope.
Okay, bowling. So bowling is the hobby. And then now, okay, so now you just played a season
Yeah.
with the Timberwolves
Mhm.
and what you don't know what the plan is next.
I mean, I'm unrestricted. I mean, my agent can call me while we on here. So I mean, it's up in the air. I should be
Dream
knowing.
team that you would want to play for. What would be that?
I really don't have a dream team. Like now, me going on year 8, I done played against the Hall of Famers. So, I mean, it would be nice to play with a future Hall of Famer, obviously, but I really don't have a dream team. My dream team is a team that's gonna let Monte go there and be Monte, enjoy basketball and just have fun. That's my dream team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when do you get to spend time with your mom?
A lot now because we staying together in Michigan right now. But I hadn't.
Off season.
Yeah, off season. Yeah, so she travels a lot. So I normally see her. My mom probably gets about 25 games a year. So
How is
I
it
see her
being
a
like
lot.
the only child growing up in a single mother household?
I loved it. I like attention. So I mean, I like being spoiled. I mean, my mom, she everything. Obviously, I got her tatted on me and stuff and all that. But she my best friend more than anything. We can talk about anything. She gonna shoot me the real. She gonna make sure my circle is being real and make sure everybody there. And we all doing the right thing. So she's understanding more and more the business side of things. So that make me happy. That means we actually growing as a unit.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so yeah.
Speaking of business, outside of basketball, do you plan on doing other business outside of basketball?
Yeah, I mean, we have a few, to name a few, we got a few investments going right now. I don't really want to name them, but
Your business.
yeah,
Now.
we got some nice investments rolling. And we plan to do a lot more, right now, we trying to give back. I got some camps coming up. We trying to give back to the youth like we always do. MonteMorris.com.
Okay, so for everyone that comes on the show, we play this game. I play with you. Rules of the game: you can't remix the questions. People like to come on here and cheat and
Okay.
remix the questions. You have to answer, but you can give your explanation.
All right.
Got
cool.
it?
Yeah.
And we're gonna play Deep Dilemmas. So this is a new game. Okay, so we're gonna do what? 3 cards each. All right, I'll go and then you go.
All right.
Don't be looking at the cards to know what you're gonna ask.
All right.
All right. Would you rather be able to hack into any system or have a professional message on demand?
I want to be able to hack into any system.
Agreed. It's on you.
Have your worst photo become a viral internet meme,
Ooh.
or accept a 10% chance there's a knife whittling clown behind you right now.
Or what? A clown behind
Yeah.
me?
With
Or
a knife.
my picture?
Yeah, viral.
My worst
Your
picture?
worst become a viral internet meme.
A clown. I feel like
You
the
gonna
clown.
risk your life like that?
You said a what? What does a clown do?
You got a knife.
Oh, yeah. I guess I'll take the other one then.
Are you going viral meme?
Hey, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go viral meme too. I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Would you rather never need to use the restroom again or receive 5 million, but you have 10 minutes to spend it starting right now?
Give me the 5 million. I know what I'm gonna do with it in 10 minutes.
But then you're not using the bathroom, so you peeing out of like a tube and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So you
Nah.
gonna talk about me risking my life with the clown?
No,
You
you're right.
Like, get the 5 million.
Yeah. And you just gonna be peeing out
Like,
of
yeah.
Yeah,
They gonna stink. You gonna walk around smelling like
I don't know. That's nasty. But it depends where I'm at in my life, though. if I'm messed up, I'm definitely taking the 5 million though for sure.
Okay, it's on you.
Yeah, that's a good little question. Not being allowed to talk between 5 and 10, live stream your life for 24 hours or 24/7.
24/7?
24/7 all day.
Or not being able to talk from 5 to 10?
Yeah.
Give me the 5 to 10. Live stream my life?
Yeah.
No.
24/7.
I don't want people already in my life. I don't want it to be in
Nah,
my
I
life.
feel you.
24/7 is crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You have no privacy.
Facts. Man.
All right. This is a good question for Stan.
This is Stan.
Always get a perfect parking spot, or choose one song you could suddenly sing as well as the original artist.
I'm probably do the perfect parking spot. Every time.
Parking is hard,
It is though.
but singing,
So you can
That's a
sing.
talent.
So you can just pick one song. Like if I wanted
like
to,
if you want to do Keisha Cole,
and I sound just like Keisha.
yeah,
That's hard though for sure.
just one song.
No, that's
though.
fire. That's fire. But I feel like it's
Parking
hard.
spot
You got to
is
think
hard.
how many events people go to, and we be
Facts.
looking for parking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, facts. Have every yawn be super loud and last 10 seconds, or exclusively clap with the back of your hands.
Like, what you mean clap with the back of your hand?
Shit, that's what this say. I don't know. Clap like this.
Oh, like you're clapping like this.
Yeah.
Like that's all you're doing exclusively? Like you just clapping all day?
Yeah, that
like
look
this?
crazy though.
What was the other
Or
one?
have every yarn be super loud
Yeah,
last
I
10
don't yawn
seconds.
like that. 10-second yawn. That's cool. I'll
You
do
don't
it.
yarn like that.
No, it's not. Say it again. You said what?
Man, listen.
No, yarn.
Yarn.
It's yawn.
Yarn.
YAWN.
We got a little
Yarn
slang.
is like yarn.
Yeah.
The accent. Okay. Would you rather never get to know the price of something before you buy it, or have to complete a different 100-piece jigsaw puzzle before you start each day?
I'm gonna take the top one.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna take
day.
the top one.
But what if it breaks your bank account? Like, what if it's like, damn, I want this house or
Man.
car, and you're like,
I feel like you
don't
know
the
what's in your
price.
bank account though.
That's true.
Yeah.
But what if you think you can afford something and you can't?
Put it back. It's just gonna decline. Hey, it just don't. It just ain't gonna go through.
All right, it's on you.
Legitimately try to run for president in the next election. Ask someone to repeat what they just said to you for a whole year.
I'll run for president. I think I make a great president. With options that we got right now.
No, for sure. You
Yeah.
you would want the other one?
Repeat what you just said to me every time?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm sorry.
Bet.
Tell everybody
That was
where they
dope.
can find you, what you
Yeah.
got coming up, all that good stuff.
Monte Morris. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Big Game Tay. Yeah, appreciate the pod. Follow me to see what's coming up, good content. You can follow me there with all the new exclusive stuff that's going on in my life.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys tune into what Monte has going on. Follow him on Instagram. Tune in for his camps that are coming up with the kids in Iowa and in Flint. And that is it for Telli Talks.
But